What's up, Jay Jackson here. And earlier today, I seen a post on Facebook inside of a Facebook group. This young lady, she was talking about, she asked a question. And she said, man, my belly fat is kind of hanging over my belt. And, what exercises can I do to tighten my stomach area? And when I seen that post, I was like, man, that's a question that I'm pretty sure a lot of people have. That question is going to capture a lot of attention because a lot of people want to flatten their stomach or get a six-pack. I know when I was trying to figure this whole thing out, that was one of my biggest frustrations and challenges because, I was never extremely overweight, but, I wasn't happy with how I looked. I wanted to be able to have a lean, dialed-in six-pack. I used to look at magazines, and I used to wonder how these guys look so lean, and it just seemed like they made it look easy, And here I was doing all these sit-ups, doing all these ab exercises, and I still didn't have the look that I wanted. And so I knew I wasn't doing something right, and I found out that just doing sit-ups wasn't going to get the job done. Just doing ab exercises and doing cardio wasn't getting the job done for me. And so I said, okay, there's something else that they're not telling us. There's something else that they're hiding underneath the hood of what really drives the results. And it wasn't until I really did a lot of digging is when I found out what it really was. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you not 5 but 6 different ways that you can start to lose some belly fat, or if you want to get a six-pack, if you want to just get a flat pack, you want to just get rid of the fat around your waist. I'm going to give you 6 different ways to do it. Okay. So number 1 is this. All right, I know we're going through the quarantine right now at the time of this video. What's going on right now is the quarantine. A lot of people at home. There's a lot of uncertainty. Things are just kind of tough right now for some people. And so the first thing you got to do is manage the ways that you cope your stress. All right, this is a real thing. A lot of people may manage the stress the wrong way. Some people eat more sweets. Some people smoke marijuana. Some people drink more alcohol. But if you're not managing the way that you cope your stress, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up putting on more weight. You're going to end up putting on more fat. And one of the worst places to put on fat is in your midsection area. That visceral fat is by far the worst fat. And there's a lot of studies that show, when you have more visceral fat, I mean, your health risks are skyrocketed. I mean, as far as like high blood pressure, hypertension, cardiac disease, heart disease, all that kind of stuff, diabetes, all that stuff it just goes way up, And so at all costs, you want to try your best to get rid of midsection fat, belly fat, because that visceral fat is much worse because it's around your organs. All these internal organs, those are vital organs, okay? And so you want to make sure that you're getting rid of the fat around that area. Like fat on your arms, a lot easier to get rid of. Fat on your legs, a lot easier to get rid of. What do they call it? They call it subcutaneous fat. It's like the fat up underneath your skin. And so it's a little bit easier to get rid of. And so you want to be mindful of the things that you're putting inside of your body and the way that you cope with your stress. All right. I see we got some questions. I'm going to answer them towards the end. Okay. So stick around. And once I finish up the video, before I end the video, I'm going to answer all the questions. All right. So don't feel like you're going to be left out. So that's number 1. Number 2, you have to get into a rhythm with your sleep. All right. You got to find some type of sleeping regimen. All right. Whether you're sleeping 5 hours or sleeping 6 or 7, 8 hours, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. But at the end of the day, you want to have some consistency because your body thrives off that consistency and just getting into a dialed-in regimen. And if you're like me, sometimes I may only sleep for 6 hours or 7 hours, but I'll catch me a 30-minute or an hour nap in the middle of the day, and so that I can stay on track and still have energy. Because one of the things that people fail to realize, if you're not resting, your body's going to compensate for that lack of energy, that lack of reserve and recovery as far as energy another way, which you're going to start wanting to eat more food. You're going to crave things. You may not have as much energy on a daily basis because you're not getting the adequate amount of sleep. And so it's important that you guys not just focus on, working out and exercising and eating healthy, but nail down the foundation, nail down the fundamentals, which sleeping is something that we all need. You know, I know a lot of times, you know, if you're an entrepreneur or, you know, you're somebody that's always grind, hustle, 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 you still gotta have sleep. You know, if you don't, eventually you're gonna crash. All right, and so that's number two. Number three, staying hydrated. You know, if you're not staying hydrated and you're somebody that's having a lot of food cravings, sugar cravings, you're just wondering why you just don't feel like you can do as much as you want to do on a daily basis. Maybe you're lacking some energy, feeling sluggish. Just start drinking more water. Just start hydrating. Rule of thumb, you don't have to drink a gallon of water a day, but if you get close to it or you go over it, money. All right, so that's a tip for you. Number four is increase your physical activity. You don't have to do strength training exercises every single day of the week, but I would advise you do at least 3 to 4 days a week. You could even do 2 if you do it the right way. But at the end of the day, you need to be doing strength training because it's going to help you sculpt your body. Like if you want to have muscle tone and not just look skinny fat or just lose weight, you want to, you know, actually have some muscle definition and all that good stuff, then you got to do strength training. And if maybe you're just starting out, maybe you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Wherever you are right now, you could even start walking for, you know, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. Sorry about that. Somebody tried to call. But and that's going to help you out, okay? If you just start walking for 10 or 15, 20 minutes a day, that's going to give you more energy, and it's going to actually help regulate, get the blood flowing, just so you can start to just feel better on a daily basis, okay? Let's see the next one. Number 5, sugar, all right? This is by far one of the biggest enemies for anybody that wants to drop belly fat. If you want to get a 6-pack, if you want to get an 8-pack, if you want to get a flat pack, you have to monitor how much sugar you're consuming. I'm not telling you got to get rid of it. I'm not getting rid of it. Like I like eating pancakes. I like eating, you know, donuts and things like that from time to time. But at the end of the day, if you're eating sugar all the time, I mean, one of the easiest ways to pack on weight without even realizing it is drinking a lot of sugar. Like the sodas, the juices, the even smoothies. If you don't make your smoothies the right way, if you're a smoothie person, you can gain weight drinking a healthy smoothie. And a lot of people don't even realize it. And so those are like different things that I went through, different mistakes that I went through. And I was like, man, what am I doing wrong? Like I'm working out every single day, I'm eating healthy, and I'm still not seeing the results. And I was clueless. I was a little frustrated. I'm gonna admit I was a little frustrated too, because I was like, what is it that I'm not doing that all these other guys are doing? Like, how do they stay so lean year round? And these are things that I found out that I've, you know, come to realize that were mistakes that I was doing wrong, that a lot of other people are still doing wrong. Okay? And then the last thing is your eating regimen. This is by far the most important out of the 6. If you don't nail down your nutrition regimen, even if you're working out, you can work out every single day. You can have the best workout plan in the world. But if your nutrition, your eating regimen is off, you won't lose the weight that you want to lose. You may lose a little bit. You may have a little bit more energy. You may feel stronger. Your body may feel a little bit tighter from doing the exercises. But at the end of the day, if your nutrition regimen is not dialed in, you won't be able to drop the belly fat. You may drop a little bit, but it won't go all the way down as far as you want it to go down. And maybe you drop a few pounds, but then you have some rebound weight gain because the diet that you're on was more restrictive. It forced you to give up carbs, or told you, hey, don't eat meat, or told you, hey, no fat. Fats are bad. Like any diet that tells you to give up an entire food group is probably not something that you want to do because the proteins, the fats, and carbs, these are essential things that our body needs to have just to thrive on a daily basis. And before you know it, if you go without certain one of these 3 things, then you're more than likely going to crash. You're going to have what do you call it? You're going to have like cravings for sugar, you know, cravings for carbs. You're going to notice that you're going to be irritable sometimes, not going to have as much energy as you want. And these are things that, you know, I don't just research and find online. These are things that I actually experienced. And so I know it. I know it to be true. And so when I'm talking to my coaching clients and people that, you know, inquire about me helping them with their nutrition, their exercise, and things like that, I'm already knowing the things that they're going through. And so I'm just regurgitating the things that are already on their mind. And so that's what it really comes down to whenever you're thinking about or considering to work with a fitness coach or a personal trainer or just anybody. It could even just be business. If they don't understand the problems and challenges that you're going through already, they're probably not the person you need to be working with, because they probably don't know how to solve that problem. All right, but at the end of the day, guys, these are the 6. I'm gonna do a quick recap. I'm not gonna go through all the details, but a quick recap. Number 1, coping. Understand how to manage and understand how to manage the way that you cope with your stress. Okay. Number 2, your sleeping regimen. Get a dialed-in sleeping regimen. Number 3, hydrating. You need to drink lots of water on a daily basis. A lot of people that are craving sugar and all that kind of stuff, sometimes, most times, they're not even hydrated. And if you're dehydrated, you are going to crave food. You are going to have a challenge trying to drop weight and drop belly fat. Okay? Starting to get more daily physical activity. You don't have to exercise every single day, but let's say you work out 2, 3, 4 days a week, and then the other days you just walk for 10, 20, 15 minutes or 30 minutes if you want. Okay? And then after that, let's see, sugar intake. Keep it to a minimum. Not saying you got to get rid of it, but keep it to a minimum. And then the last one, the most important, is the diet. All right? Every single one of my coaching clients, including myself, once we nail down that diet, once it's dialed in to our lifestyle, the way that we prefer to live our lives, we start seeing results like clockwork. Every single week you'll see progress. All right. Other than that, let me see. I know we had a question. Charles says, "Hello, this is Charles. I have this lower part of belly to burn. What a good thing to do. Should I do fasting?" Well, here's the thing. Fasting isn't a magic bullet. That is something that I advise people to do because it gives people a little bit more structure. It gives people a little bit more convenience, definitely in the morning time, because if you're busy, you may not want to wake up and go right into having to cook something to eat or fix a meal and then wash the dishes and do all that stuff. It could be a lot. It could be overwhelming, definitely if you have a lot to do on a daily basis. And so what I tell people to do and what I've been doing for the past few years is I fast. I don't eat for like 16 hours, then the 8-hour eating window, that's where I typically eat the meals that I want to eat. And so what I'm going to do for anybody that wants to know more about, the approach that I take as far as nutrition and what I do with my coaching clients, how these people are dropping 20, 30, close to 40, even 50 pounds in 4 months. I'm going to drop a link. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm going to drop a link down in the comments to where you can get my free fat loss mistakes checklist. And within that checklist, not only are you going to understand the mistakes you need to avoid, but also I go into detail about the cyclical fasting approach that I do. And it's a bit different than intermittent fasting. It's a little small twist to it. All right. If you're on Instagram, what I'm going to do, just go to my bio. All right. Go to my bio. You'll see a link in there. You'll be able to get the free checklist. All right. 100% free. Once you get on the list, I'm going to send it to you. And then from there, once you look at it, like I just said, you'll see the details about cyclical fasting. All right. And then if you're on YouTube, just go down to the description, get the link, and enter your details and get the checklist on there. All right. But other than that, guys, hope that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. More than happy to help you. More than happy to, give you some tips and advice on what you need to do to lose the belly fat. And I'm telling you, like right now, if you're watching this video live, if you're going through this quarantine, you're sitting at home, you're like, man, I got so much more time on my hands. Right now is the time to better yourself. This is the best time. This is the best time to start reading the books. This is the best time to start exercising. This is the best time to start focusing on your eating habits. This is the best time to get into a routine and a regimen that you feel that you can consistently sustain long term. This is the time to become a better version of yourself. All right. Other than that, guys, I'm out of here. Keep crushing it. I'm rooting for you. Peace.